The Memphis Area Fatherhood Coalition began approximately 3 years ago with Dr. Leon Caldwell, a professor at Rose College, that has published works on fatherhood in the African American community and has started programs around the country that have promoted positive father and child relationships. The coalition was developed to help promote fatherhood in Memphis, Tennessee. Dr. Caldwell mentioned that in Memphis, there is always talk of how mothers are very strong and have raised children in the community and have done so very well. He believes that this is good that the mother did not give up on raising the children and that they deserve praise. But he also wanted everyone to realize that the father is still very important in a child's life. A child should have two parents because it took two individuals to get that child on this earth. Dr. Caldwell also understood that there are many reasons that some fathers are not in their child's lives or not in their lives in a substantial way.
The question is, how do we change this or help to ensure that every child has some form of father figure in their lives? Also, what does it actually mean to be a father? The goal for the Memphis Area Fatherhood Coalition, otherwise known as MAF-C, is to promote the healthy involvement of fathers with their children and families.
The objectives of MAF-C are to spread awareness on what it means to be an engaged father and to create 3 summits throughout the year to continue to gain interest from people in the community.
The family as a whole are people affected by the project. The father is specifically targeted so that they become aware of how to be better engaged in their children's lives by recognizing the impact that they have. Fathers are typically excluded from the topic of raising children, so they are, in a sense, marginalized.
Mal of Memphis states, bearing a child without training is the failure of his father, and the accomplishments of the children bring great honor to the whole family. In this culture, the family is heavily involved in raising the child, but in the U.S., the mother is seen as the primary person that raises the children. But the failure and accomplishment of the child is a betrayal of the family as a whole. If one is not engaged, then the effects can have detrimental effects on the child and society as a whole. We have to see that when it comes to raising children, a lot of the stigma of a child being a failure in life, as some would say, falls onto the father. Either that the father was not there in the child's life or the father was there and not active in the child's life. They were just there in person but not connecting with their child. And I think MAF-C really was taking the initiative to make sure that fathers saw that they interact with their children more than just be there physically. The event that was organized by MAF-C was Engaging Fathers, Investing in Families Initiative Kickoff. This event was planned to be held on March 12, 2011 from 8:30 a.m. to 2 o'clock p.m. at the Bridges Building in downtown Memphis.
To see the advertisement, click on the additional link that we have in our podcast section.
The meetings were essential to have everyone on the same page, so although we were doing different things, we were moving in the same direction. Some people used their connections to get radio spots, get on the news to publicize the event, and others contacted people to speak for the event, get barber chairs, such as I, and create an advertisement for it, as Michael did.
Chapter 3, Soul of a Citizen, Daughter depicted a story of Meredith and how she had a propensity to jump in and learn as she went along without knowing how a particular project would turn out. Eventually, she began to get other people involved with the voting process through Facebook. She posted a request for a web designer, and Tobin, a freshman from George Washington University, responded. We, like Meredith, just jumped in, but we used the skills that we had to help MAF-C create the event, like the other people that were a part of the committee.
My grandfather owns a barbershop, and my cousin works at the barbershop. So I made sure to get in contact with them to see if we can get a barber chair, any other equipment that they may have had, and to see if they knew any men who would be interested in volunteering for the event.
And I was an RA in undergrad, so I was very familiar with advertising. So I just used the skills that I had to create a flyer that was relative to what MAF-C was trying to do.